Alright, everyone, I'm going to address very briefly, I hope, this whole Leaving Neverland controversy, since I've gotten quite an influx of inquiries on it lately. And I'm recording this. I'm basically recording this with audio only because I'm too lazy to clean up my room right now to make this look appropriate. So I'm just gonna do a verbal video behind a picture for you. But anyways, before I give my 2 cents on this whole controversy, I want to state two things. First being that my YouTube channel started out as a portal for my Michael Jackson dancing, so it's understandable that I'm getting all these inquiries, especially given the kind of content I've been uploading the past couple of weeks. I get it. And the second disclosure is just the simple fact that I have not seen the Leaving Neverland documentary, so I can't give specific statements on certain aspects on what might have been said in the said documentary, nor can I really give a particular position, whether I think the two men in this case are telling the truth or not, for example. Nor would I anyways. I wouldn't. I was sexually abused as a child by my cousin. I know what victims go through. I know why they don't speak up. I know why the Me Too movement was and is still very fucking important. And anyone who says otherwise needs to check their privilege big time. Which brings me to my first point on this matter, and that is to tell you all to stop trying to undermine the alleged victims here. Cut it out. This is why I don't socialize with most MJ fans. I'm not part of any fan clubs or groups, because I don't particularly like most MJ fans, because they have proven to be very delusional cultists who think Michael was perfect and without flaw. He wasn't. That's just fact. He was human, like you and I. He was a prick in certain aspects, and he was a very good man in others. If you're just a listener of his music and an admirer of his talent, odds are you think he's great. I do too. He had talent, but his talents is where my admiration starts and stops, because I never met the man and I never worked with him. Odds are, if you worked with him or for him, you have a completely different perspective of the man. He either stiffed you on your royalties or your paychecks, and they have every right to call him out on that. Most fans won't admit to this. A lot of fans don't even see a problem with this. These sorts of people are hazardous, and they are stooping so low as to try and undermine alleged victims of sexual abuse. Keep in mind, I said alleged. And let's be real here, it's always going to be alleged, because Michael's fucking dead, going on 10 years now, and cannot defend himself, and his estate is run by a bunch of enabling lunatics. The fact that they are using Michael's content to divert attention and undermine alleged victims is evil and nasty, and it's only going to worsen his legacy in the coming years. Radio stations in 3 countries, as of this upload, are already pulling his music out of their lineup, and I don't blame them. Because outside of the severity of these allegations, his posthumous representatives are making him look guilty by diversion. And they are enabling fans to use intimidation on Michael's friends and the alleged victims. This is not the act of innocence. It is not an act of guilt, but it's also not an act of innocence either. Sure does not give us any incentive to take it as such either. Please stop undermining victims or alleged victims. Stop trying to take away their platforms. Stop trying to obstruct their pursuit of justice. You don't have to believe them, and you don't have to not believe them. But you must support their pursuit of justice. Otherwise, this disgusting fallacy of sexual abuse will flourish because people like this give predators too much power and authority over reality, both theirs and ours. This will all be nothing more than hearsay. Nothing is going to change. Stop undermining from one MJ fan to another. Stop. Shut up and look around you. There is no perfection. Get your heads out of the gutter before you drive more people to the curb over this because of your negligence of reason.